The new owner, George Wallman, and his wife, Kathy, along with their 3 children, were initially unaware of the house's sinister reputation. However, they soon encountered strange and disturbing phenomena that defied rational explanation. George investigated the possibility of underground tunnels leading to the neighboring house, speculating that they might have been the source of the disturbances. With his assistance, they conducted experiments to identify the source of the supernatural activity. One experiment involved the use of dowsing rods to detect fluctuations in energy levels. To their astonishment, the rods reacted violently near the spot where the ghostly girl had been seen. Further investigation revealed that the entity responsible for the hauntings had a deep emotional connection to the fireplace in the basement. Newspapers, magazines, and television programs featured stories about the Lutz family's experiences, both the terrifying and the heartwarming. The national attention brought a mixture of intrigue and skepticism, with many questioning the authenticity of the paranormal events. Drive Wingmaker believed that the spirit might have been trying to communicate with the living through this connection. They continued to work with paranormal investigators and researchers who sought to shed light on the mysteries of the house. The support and solidarity among the family members grew stronger as they faced the challenges posed by the hauntings. However, his efforts to uncover the truth yielded no concrete evidence. Strange things began to happen around the doll, and it seemed as though the entity connected to it was growing stronger. Billy, who had always been a cheerful and outgoing child, was now unusually quiet and withdrawn. But instead of disappearing, the doll seemed to mock him, its porcelain face contorted into a sinister grin. Fearful for his family's safety, Mr. Wallman reached out to a local priest for help. The priest performed an exorcism of the doll, but it had little effect on the malevolent force that had taken root in their home. When his father asked him what he was doing, Billy simply stared at the doll and replied, "I'm playing with Jody." The doll, once a conduit for the girl's pain and anger, became a symbol of remembrance and peace. Support groups were formed to help those affected by the haunting, and counseling services were made available. The shared experience forged a bond among the residents, reminding them of the strength they possessed when united. The Lutz family breathed a sigh of relief as the malevolent presence lifted from their home. Stricter building codes were implemented to ensure the structural integrity of homes in the area. Memorials were erected to honor the victims of the tragedy, and community events were organized to bring people together. The town's resilience in the face of adversity became a testament to the human spirit's ability to overcome even the darkest of times. Regular inspections were conducted to identify potential hazards, and emergency response plans were developed to address any future incidents swiftly and efficiently. Mr. Wallman's heart sank as he realized that their son had somehow become connected to the doll and the entity residing within it. Objects started moving on their own, and disembodied whispers echoed through the rooms. They gathered personal belongings of the girl who had died in the house and placed them near the doll. Then, with the support of the community, they held a memorial service offering words of comfort and closure to the troubled spirit. And don't forget to subscribe for more spine-chilling stories. The atmosphere in the house became heavy with tension, and the family members grew increasingly frightened. They reached out to a renowned paranormal investigator, Dr. Peter Venkman, who used cutting-edge technology to try and uncover the truth behind the haunting. And the spirit of the victim, a young girl, was trapped within its walls. The discovery of this tragic backstory shed new light on the hauntings, and the doll became the focal point of the girl's tormented soul. His investigation revealed a dark secret, a tragic event that had occurred in the house many years ago. They learned that the previous owner, George DeFeo, had been involved in criminal activities, including illegal gambling and narcotics trafficking. The presence of these dark forces added another layer of complexity to the already enigmatic hauntings. They uncovered documents dating back over 100 years, revealing that the house had been the subject of various occult rituals and ceremonies. Priests and ministers performed exorcisms and blessed the house in an attempt to expel the malevolent entities. These rituals were not without their challenges, as the spirits resisted their efforts to leave. The battle between good and evil intensified within the walls of the house. The family had unknowingly become entangled in a web of dark and sinister practices. The legacy of the haunting continues to fascinate and terrify people around the world. The doll had a porcelain face with sunken cheeks and hollow eyes, and it exuded an eerie, otherworldly vibe. Intrigued and slightly unnerved, she decided to keep the doll, placing it on a shelf in the living room. And while you're there, don't forget to mash that like button and subscribe for more spooky tales. Through Billy's unique connection with the spirit world, the family gained a deeper understanding of the hauntings and the entities involved. It was here that on November 13, 1974, a horrifying tragedy unfolded. The inhabitants of the house, the DeFeo family, had been brutally slain in their beds. The perpetrator behind this heinous crime was none other than Ronald DeFeo, the youngest son. Friends and visitors also experienced inexplicable phenomena within the house. During a social gathering, a guest casually mentioned the high level of carbon monoxide in the area, only to be confronted by an image of a hanged man standing directly behind him. Startled by the apparition, the visitor promptly left the party and the house. He confessed to the crime, claiming to have been driven to commit the act by voices emanating from the house itself. Despite this chilling explanation, details surrounding the case remain shrouded in mystery. It began with her mother renting the home back in 1968. At first, everything seemed fine, but then the whispers started. Glasses she'd left on the dresser would be shattered into pieces. She even witnessed apparitions in the hallway, a little girl in a Victorian nightgown. Her mother tried shaking it off, blaming it on an overactive imagination, but the events grew more intense. She began hearing footsteps above her head when no one was home. She could feel a heavy presence watching her, and sometimes she'd wake to find scratches on her arms and neck. One night, she woke up to the sound of footsteps pacing back and forth right outside her bedroom wall. She told my aunt and uncle, who were living with us at the time, that she couldn't take it anymore. But before they could pack their things, strange occurrences intensified. Heavy furniture began moving on its own, shaking the house violently. Windows shattered, plaster rained down from the ceiling. And then the voice came again, whispering to them, "Get out, get out." They fled, never looking back. Fast forward to today, and I still hear people talking about the haunting. Is it real or imagined? Who knows? All we know for sure is that some places hold on to their past a little too tightly. That was our tale. In the heart of New York, there once stood a humble house at 112 Ocean Avenue in the town of Amityville. Years after the tragic incident, rumors began to circulate that the house was haunted by malevolent spirits. One evening, as Mrs. Wallem was ironing clothes, the lights flickered ominously, casting eerie shadows around the room. The Lutz family was not alone in their ordeal. As the ghostly encounters persisted, the Lutz family sought help from outside experts. Determined to uncover the secrets of their haunted house, the Lutz family reached out to renowned parapsychologist Dr. Peter Venkman. In addition to paranormal investigations, the Lutz family delved into the historical records of the house seeking answers. As time went on, the haunting incidents continued to intensify, causing distress and fear among the residents. Amidst the chaos, one member of the Lutz family, their young son, Billy, displayed an uncanny ability to interact with the spirits. As the story of the haunted house spread, it captured the attention of the media and the public alike. In the midst of it all, the Lutz family remained resolute in their belief that the haunting was real. However, as the investigations deepened, the family uncovered more sinister aspects of the house's history. Determined to break free from the haunting, the Lutz family turned to religious figures for guidance and assistance. As the story of the Amityville Horror unfolded, it captured the public's imagination and inspired numerous books, films, and documentaries. It was during one of these ritualistic baths that Mrs. Wallen stumbled upon an antique doll hidden beneath a pile of lavender salts. From that moment on, the doll became the epicenter of the paranormal activity in the house. One day, Mr. Wallen came home to find their young son, Billy, sitting in front of the doll. Determined to protect his son, Mr. Wollman confronted the doll, demanding that it leave Billy alone. As the paranormal activity escalated, the Lutz family grew desperate for a solution. According to Dr. Wingman's findings, the house had once been the site of a brutal murder. With the help of Dr. Vengeance, the family devised a plan to lay the restless spirit to rest. Finally, the haunting began to subside. While the scars of the haunting remained, the community rallied together, determined to heal and rebuild. In the aftermath, the town of Amityville sought to move forward. As time passed, the wounds of Amityville began to heal. Now, I want to hear from you. Do you believe in ghosts? Have you ever experienced anything paranormal? Share your thoughts in the comments below.